After a tight and twisty round at Laguna Seca, it's time to go a little bit flat out around Iowa Speedway. Round 2 of the VOR Indy NXT Series, round 2 of 3 with another double-header race here, so make it races 3 and 4. Takes us to a speedway that is usually a little small for the full Indy cars, but becomes almost its own super speedway in these. Welcome along, Howie Burrows, as ever, with Julian Altena in production alongside. We're racing 2 quick races here around the high banks of Iowa, where these cars can take a lot of it flat out and race all sorts of different lines up and down the track. The green flag is out, and it's a real scatter 4 wide straight away. It's a very, very slow start from some of our high-ranking drivers. That's John Stellard dropping back by a lot on the road. Adam Williams able to stay out in first. It's Indy Kirkenbauer behind, and Martin Lowell making up third before we go side-by-side positions further back in the road, like on the high line, looking out for John Stellard in the white, orange and green car. Lots of black cars that look exactly the same on the grid. We're already dicing and moving up for our top 3 though. Outside looking relatively fast. Indy Kirkenbauer gets a good run on the higher side of the dark tarmac, and we have a wreck in the back. John Christensen and Katie Polak around, but Mark Amimi is slow in the outside wall, and that causes Polak to react, jump down to the inside and lose grip. If we get on board a Katie Polak through the wreck, you might end up seeing quite how that one happens. That is welcome Mimi up in the wall, and that's a reaction to the slow car, and Christensen's just on the bottom. And away we go. Adam Williams a little bit faster off the jump, but not significantly. Alexander Weitzel drops lower. Bit of movement in the back of the field, but further up front, there's a lot of black cars to look out for, one after another, and we already have a damaged car actually on the track. That's Mark Amimi again. He's taken serious damage, and I'm sure later down the line we'll be able to work out what happened, but right now the battle remains close. That's Liam O'Sullivan, makes a nice move to the inside, but he can't quite complete it. Dips a little bit too low, no momentum against the white line on the track. Weitzel stays out ahead. Wonder if there's just a check up ahead. Oh, Clennon into the wall. His rear wing's forgiven, but Mark Amimi's isn't. There isn't actually any room for him to get out of the way, so that is unfortunate. That because we only invert the top 10, this bottom 3 that have gotten wrecked out of this first race won't get a jump back up to the top. It's everybody that's still running that gets the invert for race 2. Here's Toby Deck on Sebastian Kinder. Still not clear, just about clear. Just in time. I don't think Kinder's done though. He has the opportunity to make the run up the inside now. Deck's up high, it's not very fast there, dips down onto the repave. Indy Kirkenbauer is about to finish his final lap, and you know, maybe the time does fly when you're in the car. Take an easy win, send them back to P10 for the next race. With that, I think all our positions are pretty much sorted out in tow, so we can get our results pretty swiftly, because we don't even get a warm-up to the next session. Indy Kirkenbauer leads over Adam Williams, Aman Lowell, Liam O'Sullivan, Alexander Weitzel, John Stellard, Kaya Ari Elderson, Toby Deck. Let me actually get this from the official results, because these apparently seem to be jumping around now all over the place. It's Elderson, Kinder, Deck, Clennon, Mark Amimi, Polak and Christensen. Away we go, fanning out, some into the wall. That's Alexander Weitzel into the wall. Bit too far, bit too much. David Clennon's able to take the P1 from Toby Deck. I'm watching a low on the outside, doesn't quite get the momentum he wants. Kinder settles out in third. Toby Deck wants to jump to the bottom to try and challenge for this early lead. Will they be able to keep this for long, where the faster drivers really creep up? No overwhelming winners. Indy Kirkenbauer able to jump forward to Aman Lowell in the wall in the back. Then all over the field, there's a lot happening. Here's on board with Adam Williams. Not quite able to get past the inside of Katie Polak, is doing better than the last time around. There's Toby Deck up in the lead. Big check up there. Clennon slow. Kinder has to jump to the bottom. Gonna try and bring Kirkenbauer with him as well. Kirkenbauer's fast and moving quick. Here's Liam O'Sullivan. Just about able to get to the top. That's a tiny, tiny gap. Took a lot of bravery to expect not to get taken out there. Up front, it's a real fan. That's O'Sullivan trying from the behind in the black car to dive into the battle. Kinder up on the top. Deck still holding up the field, but it does feel a little bit like a cork in a bottle here. Kinder very fast on the high side. Seems to be where there's momentum. O'Sullivan's able to drop in right behind. Clennon maybe two. Deck sort of held out on the bottom side. Hasn't been able to get himself clear in any real way. The longer we go without a caution, the more this double file racing I think we're going to get around here, and it's exciting. O'Sullivan mindful of Deck on the top. A little bit of contact wheel to wheel. They're okay, but that was dangerous. That top line certainly a lot faster though. O'Sullivan able to get ahead. Still not clear yet. Clennon following in line. Now O'Sullivan clears out in front. Dive to the bottom for Clennon. Sort of a block on Stellard. Quite likely unintentional. Contact sends Deck up a whole lane on the track. Kaya Arielderson in the wall. Damaged. That will make our caution. He's bounced off John Christensen. Into the pit lane, actually. Drivers are actually deciding they're going to want some new tyres. Amon Lal just runs through the pit lane, though. Doesn't stop in a box and comes out in the lead. Away we go. A horrible, horrible start further back in the field. It's going to let Williams jump. Going to let almost everybody jump. Now Stellard just got no momentum off the line. Trying to keep my eyes on who's who. It was John Stellard in the Force India looking paint, the 711. Here's Mark and Mimi on board. To the high side. Had struggles in both races here really today. David Clennon on the bottom. I think up front, Kirkenbauer's just made that move for the lead effortlessly. I think now that's the tyre differential now. I mean, it still actually seems to be only about a tenth, but if you're 3 tenths back, that's 3 laps, and now the pass is virtually effortless. They're going to battle side by side. Lyle's just going to sort of take every last bit of this he can, I think. Into the wall goes Amon Lal. That's going to be a big check-up on the outside. Alan Williams going to take that for free. O'Sullivan still not really in it. He was on that upper line that had to slow down a bit for him. So here's Toby Deck. Quite the wipeout here. Big checkups up here on the top and bumps into Katie Polak and right into the wall. Spins down the track, but because no one else is passing, that's going to stay green. Make it the final lap. There is a data delay on these things. I feel it. Easy, easy 2-race domination. Well, I think we have found our king of Iowa here today. Indy Kirkenbauer takes it effortlessly over the line. Adam Williams finishes second, and Liam O'Sullivan does round it up in third. John Christensen not able to pass Kinder over the line. From the top, it's Indy Kirkenbauer ahead of Adam Williams and Liam O'Sullivan in P3. Amon Lal lines up in fourth next to John Stellard, Alexander Weitzel, Sebastian Kinder, John Christensen, David Clennon, and Matthias Esquire-Markamimi. Further behind, Katie Polak does finish. Toby Deck and Kaya Arielderson do not.